Now, are you done, or will you have more children? Do you want more children?
Maybe.
Does Kim want more children?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Splash. Today, we're going to be talking about Ellen meme moments that you have to see to believe when celebs take her on, with ease. Make sure you stay till number 1 so you don't miss out on when Dakota Johnson put Ellen in her place. You won't believe your eyes. Number 10, Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama, who happens to be a top lawyer and writer, is not to be messed with. Back in 2016, Ellen took Michelle on a shopping trip to get supplies for her new residence when she moved out of the White House. When checking out, Ellen asks Michelle if she had the clout to get her face on money. Michelle replied with a resounding no, saying you had to do something really amazing to be able to get that honor. Michelle also tells her that she was really annoying, comparing her to a 3-year-old. When Ellen asks her what, other than being an inspiration and role model for women all over the globe, she could do to get on money, Michelle replies, like free some slaves. Meanwhile, Michelle has published a brand new bestseller called Becoming, which was turned into a Netflix movie. The book and the movie look at her book tour and time spent with family and friends. Does she reveal anything that'll have us gasping? Well, just maybe.
The world happy every
should
day.
have freed some slaves. You know, you're really annoying. It's like taking a 3-year-old to the store.
Number 9, Nicole Kidman and celebrity chef Giada De Laurentiis. After this, Ellen is definitely going to go for a takeout. Nicole Kidman and celebrity chef Giada De Laurentiis put Ellen through her paces, making food in a cooking segment on the show. She asked the ladies, while Ellen looks like she'd rather be sailing the Caribbean, and Nicole wishing she was on the set of a new movie instead, if they had ever cooked before. Obviously not, and afterwards, Giada told Ellen that her risotto folds look like dog food. Ellen's fans booed, but others collapsed laughing. Ellen looks like a real loss at what to do. Nicole has a hot new movie opening this month on HBO. It's called The Undoing and tells of a marriage that becomes unraveled. She co-stars with Hugh Grant. Fans are already buzzing about the news of a miniseries, which promises to have audiences biting their nails.
No, I'm not. It's Nicole. Have you made meatballs or anything? Just look. Go ahead. Oh boy. This is a family-friendly.
Number 8, Wanda Sykes. When Primetime Emmy Award winner and stand-up sensation, aka the lady with a sharp tongue, Wanda Sykes, visited Ellenland, she rips into Ellen about her really lame tour. She reprimands Ellen that she had only appeared in 4 cities and spent most of her time at her house in Los Angeles. As if that wasn't bad enough, 3 of her 4 tour cities were in California, so she also never even left the West Coast. Talk about lazy. Wanda was so right when she points out that this was more trivia than tour. We love Ellen, but we have to give Wanda her due when she denounces Ellen's efforts as pathetic. Wanda has recently teamed up with Apple Plus to co-executive produce a new terrific documentary series called Visible, out on television, which looks at the rise of the LGBTQ+ movement in what promises to be a fantastic 5-part must-see series, which also features, among others, Neil Patrick Harris and Janet Mock.
3 of the cities is in California. What the hell? What the hell?
I was very busy.
Number 7, Justin Timberlake. This was not an electrifying performance from Ellen. No callback, hon. So she sends a video of herself singing Can't Stop the Feeling to the guy who actually made that song famous, Justin Timberlake. He makes fun of Ellen singing Just Electric when it is really Just Imagine. She tries to laugh it off, but you can see she's so embarrassed, and who wouldn't be? Justin mocks Ellen by singing her lyrics, and everyone in the world can tell it doesn't work. Justin and Jessica Biel have welcomed a new child. Here was Jessica's message on Instagram. Being a dad can sometimes be a thankless job, but today, we hope you know how important you are in our lives. We love you forever and ever and a day.
My favorite was you like, just electric, just electric, just electric. I was like, that's not the word.
Number 6, Cher. Cher couldn't believe, get it, that she'd landed up in a hairdressing salon with Ellen. In fact, she was thinking if only she could turn back time and be anywhere else but here. Obviously, Ellen was trying to be as annoying as possible, and boy did she succeed. Ellen starts out to mockingly sing Turn Back Time as if she could read Cher's mind, and then announces that she was more famous than the goddess of pop, which led Cher to laugh and call Ellen a bleep. It's fun and games naturally, but Ellen pushed Cher to the limit, and she couldn't hide her rising frustration. Cher recently started her Here We Go Again tour, which has drawn rave reviews. The tour was halted because of coronavirus, but there have been extra dates added to her tour in 2021. Nigel Rodgers also features on the tour, which is slated to kick off on March 6th next year and will play throughout the US.
No, you want it wet. You want it wet. I don't want it wet. No, you do. You have to start.
Number 5. Katy Perry. Katy Perry puts Ellen firmly in the hot seat when talking about Will You Perry Me. Katy makes a joke about getting married again, which leads Ellen to ask her who she was formerly married to. Katy couldn't believe her ears and said with astonishment, Russell Brand. Mr. Big Mouth. I mean, who could forget that? She then makes a cutting action, like, hey, producer man, cut that question out before this plays. Apparently, Ellen had given her a wedding gift on the show, and Katy rather sarcastically reminds her of it. She then motions to drop the subject. The hot news about Katy is that she is expecting her first child with Orlando Bloom. The news comes after the couple reportedly had recently postponed their wedding. Their relationship has been tempestuous, but the couple have supposedly become all romantic again and are inseparable.
Married.
I was when I was 25.
Number 4. Wendy Williams. Were we mistaken in thinking Ellen acted like ice towards guest, renowned TV show host Wendy Williams? Looking at the segment again, I really don't think so. Ellen wanted to play the game heads up and says that Wendy is never too shy to give her opinions on anyone or anything. This encouraged the chickens to come home to the roost for Ellen, or so it seemed, for the look on Ellen's face. Wendy glowers at Ellen after she had said people thought Wendy and Justin Bieber looked alike, prompting a blank look from Wendy, and proved how cute he was on the Beaver counter. Wendy looks decidedly unimpressed, giving the impression she wouldn't be rushing back to Ellen's show. The Wendy Williams show has just resumed broadcasting from the studio, and fans are delighted to see how vivacious she is. Back in her purple chair on a revamped set, her show, like all other TV shows, shut down in mid-March because of coronavirus.
Williams is never too shy to give her opinions on anyone or anything, so we're going to play a special edition of Heads Up, and I am going to show you a celebrity.
Number 3. Hassan Minhaj. Guest Hassan Minhaj, best known for his hit TV gig Patriot Act, wasn't having it when Ellen mispronounced his name on the show, just 5 minutes in. She made the oops after saying that she was a big fan, and continued to pronounce his name the wrong way even after being rebuked. Hassan was not amused, putting his hands up as if to say, no, this argument is over. There was definitely not a lot of smiling on this segment. Hassan's Patriot Act show ended its run recently after 6 seasons, and fans were heartbroken. He recently said that his 2 babies grew up with the show. One fan tweeted, "It was so cool to see a brown person doing this kind of show."
No.
Yes.
No.
Really?
Well, my name is Hassan Minhaj.
Sean Hayes. Although Ellen was trying to take the mickey out of TV star host Sean Hayes by talking about everything else but him, he was not getting riled. He pointedly demonstrated this fact by producing a stick finger and twirling it around. Like Ellen, the world revolves around you, but that's okay. When she did eventually get around to the topic on hand, namely Sean Hayes, Sean turned around and mouthed to the audience, finally, which sent the audience into hysterics. But there were no bad feelings or pent-up frustrations on display. It was a fun, lighthearted segment that you can tell was thoroughly enjoyed by both of them. This April, when most actors including Sean were sheltering under lockdown, his new movie Lazy Susan, in which he appears in full drag, was released in April. The cast includes Allison Janney and Matthew Broderick.
Oh, Musk. But I know it's blue.
Number 1. Dakota Johnson. Dakota Johnson was somewhat coolly amused and taken back when Ellen asked her why she wasn't invited to her 30th birthday bash. Dakota reminded her, very calmly but with quiet firmness, that not only was she invited to the party, she failed to show and never gave her a reason why. She then sweetly tells a somewhat thundery-looking Ellen that star stand-up Tig Notaro performed at her birthday and that he was her favorite comedian. Ellen feigns dismay, eliciting this from Dakota. Well, other than you. Ellen beams, but had the sword been thrust in too far? Dakota broke onto the big time with her sultry role in 50 Shades of Grey, which catapulted her into the stratosphere. Another movie, The High Note, came out after lockdown, and she is set to star in a new movie with Florence Pugh.
How was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited.
Thanks for watching. While you're here, go ahead and click on one of these videos on your screen. See you there.